What's good, YouTube? It's your boy G Moolah in the building, man. We back at it with another video you heard, and you know, we done. But yeah, today's video is why I left the show. I ain't gonna hold you. This is my boy, man. This is my boy. Talks that very knowledge dude, man. Very take real good care of himself, present himself very. I like boy. You know, every chance I get out, I listen to him, let him politic for a little bit, let him talk his fire, you know what I'm saying? But he used to be on the Tonight Conversation podcast, and he used to talk about man and woman, you know what I'm saying? Not just men, not just women. They just blended it together, you know what I'm saying? And talk that fire. So if you don't know about that, go tune into that, you know what I'm saying? It's really cool joint, you know, to be able to talk about it. You know, there's a couple past members that was on the joint. And they used to just talk, man. Their experience and their wisdom and knowledge and stuff like that. It was pretty cool podcast, you know what I'm saying? I'm still thinking about getting into a podcast. I'm just trying to find the right person. I might just do it by myself, no cap. But, yeah, man. Before we even get into the video, like and subscribe to the video, man. I'm going to say it every time, bro. Like and subscribe to jump, bro. No hezzy, bro. No hesitation. Boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into the video, man, like subscribe to that junk, bro. But he said he left the show. Kind of curious why you left the show. It was very decent, bro. It was good for you to be on the show, bro. I don't know why you left though, but I want to know your reason why you left the show. So, you know, further ado, let's get into the video.
Honor to serve in this community. I didn't know I could. That ain't me saying that. That's the people that pulled me to the side in the club. That's the people that stop me when I'm in the gas station. You done had jobs where you can't stand your boss, but you love the job. You mentioned tonight's conversation, for sure. Super successful podcast. That's how I got hip to you. I was like, damn, what's this brother going viral there? He's saying a lot of great and good stuff. I'm seeing the men and women for what he's saying. And you don't see that often. So I'm seeing this thing take place.
You gotta stand tall. You gotta stand tall. Stay 10 toes on how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Be respectful, of course, but stay 10 toes on it, man. And that's the problem. People not standing 10 toes on them. They scared about what other people think, what they gonna say. I don't care how you feel. You gonna know you ain't special. You gonna feel that you ain't perfect, and you make mistakes too. That's how I'm carrying it. That's how I've always been carrying it. I always gave people my opinion on how I feel about them and what they do. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a man at the end of the day. Nobody pay my bills, nobody do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? I take care of Chi. I take care of Moolah, man. I take care of me. I make sure I'm straight and I'm taken care of. Nobody make me happy. I make myself happy, and I praise the Lord. That's pretty much the only person that make me happy is the Lord. And I'm gonna keep it a buck on that. You know what I'm saying? But
we do the interview, and then like a couple months after that, I see an announcement, a post goes up. In this post, I find out that you're exiting this successful podcast, this podcast that not only like positions you, but like people probably thinking like, why would you leave? You went on to say, it is with heavy heart that I would have to announce my departure from tonight's conversation podcast. In your caption, that's how you started your interview, but in your caption read, it's been an honor to serve and entertain in this vehicle. To anyone who thought enough of your cousin to tap in, I guess, thank you. See you in the next chapter. Keep up with me over at Trip After Dark. For sure. It's with a heavy heart. Fair. Was it really that tough to kind of make that decision? Man, we went on a historical run, my nigga. Historical. But the industry will never acknowledge it. They'll know they won't. But most artists, and I don't care who offended by it, most niggas not doing 4,000 a show. Most of these niggas banding together to do their tours. But one of those sponsors over at TC, and this just me looking at the whole situation for what it is, you feel me?
Right.
Yeah. Like this me a regional poet who got respect from Illinois to Tennessee. A little work in Philly. And went to go to be one of the most known faces on social media.
Nah, facts.
off of some shit we was doing in person though.
Right, not word.
Everybody was like was more hip to the social media shit, but like so I don't think they understand the capacity.
Like it was a live podcast. What? People to this day ain't doing that. Live podcast, getting people to come to the auditorium and they got the live joint popping. What's your question? I got an answer. Fire. Hands down, that was the most fire thing they ever done, and they should have kept that running. So I really want to know the reason why you breathed, bro, because it was genius. It was genius for all y'all to do that, bro. That was fire. That was different, bro. It was different.
To which this thing was being done in person. Mm-hmm. That's right. And I don't think they understand how the industry works. The people that they think are like on don't do 4,000. They do about 1,000, 500 to 1,000, and that's not no shot to anybody. That's just there's a huge. They don't understand that like classism and class follows through every industry. And I know I'm getting long-winded on this, but what I mean is that there's a huge gap between middle class and upper class, and that exists in the NBA. But everybody on the team doesn't get a $20 million contract. Like talent tiers, they're not even talent, payment tiers. Copy numbers. What I mean is that like we doing 4,000. Most of your favorite artists, if they're not A-listers, if they're not the Beyoncés, if they're not the J. Coles, they're not, and you're not filling arenas, you doing 500. The gap is that wide. It's that fucking wide. And we was climbing as indie. We didn't have no sponsors. It wasn't nobody putting up bread for that. Wasn't nobody stamp on that. Or we went on a historical fucking run. Again, all the long wind is just to say that like nobody in this short span of time did what the fuck we did. And that's a credit to the motherfuckers that ran shit. That's a credit to us as the talent. That's a credit to Keita Rose. That's a credit to Randy Rosario, to Richie Fontaine, to Rico, to motherfucking Mr. Let Go, to goddammit SD, to Kitty, to Trio. But that's a credit to the people that made this thing what it was, because we did make it what it was. When we challenged each other, when we argued, the real feuds we had, they carried on in front of the curtain. They still made the thing what it was. Man, what we did was historical, bro. I'm not letting nobody take that away from me. So yeah, it was with heavy heart that I walked away from that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These people validated me from my perspective and who I am as a person and what I believe. That's some heavy shit to walk away from.
Right.
Yeah. I imagine that because, you know, it's like I was shocked. Kind of shocked. Kind of not shocked. Because you know, we got to build kind of our rapport behind the scenes, and I'm like, okay, Trip clearly is not just going to go with the traditional flow. He's thinking about other things. He's not just sitting back and letting things happen. He's also kind of thinking. And so when I seen it, I was more like, damn, okay, he did it, but I wasn't fully like, oh my God. Now, I'm sure some of your fans, though, from that platform were shocked. Like, what was the responses that you were seeing? Did anyone get really mad at you over that decision? Nah. I already know, on the humble, the majority response was on some, it's about time. Copy. Like, it was about time. There had been a demand for me to step off on my own and step off with Kitty or step off with Keita, like, and do something like, and so a lot of people in the comments was on some like, oh man, that's crazy, like, but I wish you the best, but like the DMs was like, but it was about time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's on some.
So you want to do your own thing. But you trying to fix something that don't need to be fixed. It's going well. You could still, I mean, if you don't have the time, then say you don't have the time to do your own thing, but it's going good. You might jump in something and you might not be lit no more, bro. You probably only got lit because it was all of y'all. Different opinions. So now when it's just your opinion, it might not flow that way. It might not flow. And that's just being real, truly honest. It might not flow. It flowed because it was a bunch of y'all, bro. And bro, don't understand why people are still not understanding. It takes a village to do this stuff, man. It takes a teamwork. Teamwork make the dream work. That same been going on since I was in middle school, bro. I'm still trying to find the right team that's willing to put in the effort, the passion, the ambition. Like, I can't find nobody because everybody want to do their own thing. You want to find out.
Became very clear the people on the stage that were carrying the show at any one given period. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, hey, dog, your back don't hurt. You've been carrying that motherfucker for a minute. Like, you oughta, yeah.
So what? So what? All the great gotta carry somebody, man. LeBron, Dirk Nowitzki, who else? Kobe, Shaquille. Bro, who cares, bro? You the leader.
And these ain't even motherfuckers that's hating. These is like people really tapping in. Like, man, you know, you probably could. So that was the response.
You heard that key word, right? Probably.
So I got, as far as the support closer to me, it was about time. I was gonna ask you, you know, stepping away from any situation of value, but I think the podcast was definitely valuable. Clearly, it was a reason that we all got to know you. However, you felt in your spirit to exit. So I have to ask, like, when do you kind of know it's time to leave a situation? When did you know it was time to leave that? I knew it was time to leave this. Alright, so man, alright, I know I'm about to deviate. But my situation was not that deep, bro. That's what everybody had been looking for. Right. Is what was don't get me wrong, business got woozy with me. Okay. But I didn't have this like, oh my God, like, Lord, it was just like, alright, this shit starting to go a little too far left with the business. Like I'm putting up 30 points a game, fam. I'm not asking for a limousine. I'm not asking for this. I know we're a small market team, but nigga, if you need to go out and get some sponsors, you better go out and get some sponsors. Understood. I'm putting up 30 points a fucking game. Right. 10 assists, 12 rebounds, 50 fucking percent for, you know what I'm saying, for a three. 54 from, you know what I'm saying, from the two. Like, I'm efficient. I'm not a diva. I share the rock. And so when certain things started to go left, or I started to get told no on certain things, I'm like, okay, like I get it. Yeah, you're not willing to budge. This is how you run your situation. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I think my 30 points a game will be appreciated anywhere.
Think you can do everything Jobber can do with a notebook? Think you can. Robert's right here. Search.
With this type of clip, I don't have to use drama. I don't gotta insult nobody. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, so I'm giving you these quality moments and all this. Well, I literally, and it's just how I am. It's not that I was doing it for TC, but like, well, if you would come to the show, any fan that's willing to wait in line for me, but at the end of the show, I'll make sure every single one of them get a picture unless the venue kick us out. Every single one of them, bro. If they want to meet the fans, when you post this shit, they can vouch for it. I promise you. Every single person that want to meet me that wait in that line, now don't get me wrong, if I got a headache or I'm exhausted afterwards, yeah, I might tell somebody like that. But like, I was on that tight time. Nigga, they remember that about your show. It's not just that they remember that about Trip Fontaine, they remember at tonight's conversation I had such a great experience because. So it's like, when I got to asking for certain shit that wasn't deeper, like, it was just like, alright, bruh, again, am I salty? Sure, but I'm not personally offended to the point where I have to have a revelation to know it's time to go. That's right. I see that there's a ceiling here. And that's what I knew. It ain't, and that's why I was saying, like, when we just did the little clip, it ain't always that deep, bro. The writing be on the wall way before the house has already began to burn, then the writing is probably no longer on the wall, is it? You feel me? So with me, it was just like, now that I see it's a ceiling here, now that I see that like we kind of got different ideas of my trajectory, it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
What I see myself doing in just the next few years, I don't know if I could accomplish it in this vehicle, and that sucks because this is great. It's consistent. But nah, I gotta gamble on myself, man. Well, I think that's how things normally go when you think about stars and, you know, groups, and then there's like one or two people that kind of break out of that group to go off. It made me kind of think about, and I have to be able to address this because people want to know. There was some drama that kind of like started spilling onto social media. Sure, right after you exited or before, I don't know. It just felt like you exited and then we started hearing all this other stuff. Did that stuff that was going behind the scenes impact your decision as well?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I ain't gonna sit out here and tell.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you knew something was coming when
I ain't know the depth of the bullshit. I'm not gonna I did, bro, cause some of the shit I would just hear as he said, that she said, you know, talking to that, you feel me? A lot of shit I wasn't in the room for. I just knew this person had their problems, this person had their problems, I had my problems, and niggas would trauma bond, you feel me? Niggas would click up, you know, based on who had the problems with who. And a lot of that shit I just genuinely wasn't a part of. The only shit I was ever a part of is like, hey, if we band together to press, you know, the company, we could all get our money. And it didn't work. So the extra drama, yeah, I was like, oh. I can't do that.
You know what's so,
that's how y'all doing each other. I can't do that.
What's so, you said, you know, it was hard because you guys had a historical one. It's a black production. Yeah. Already it's hard to come together. Do some stuff. So I'm like, damn, that's just why I don't ever like just.
Bro, the only people white are the people like Indigo Media, Indigo, the company filming, are the only white people in the audio company, are the only white people there. And I'm not saying that to single them out or anything, because they steal from our city, you feel me? So like, ups to them. But like, this was really some black shit, like this, and that's what this not to take up for anything anybody did. Like, this ain't to make right on any bullshit that occurred behind the scenes, because I said on one of my lives, bro, the same way I ain't said nothing about what was going on with me. I'm not judging nobody for how they handled what's going on with them. I have my opinion behind the scenes or might agree with this or disagree with that, but that's for me and the people close to me to talk about, you feel me? How somebody else handled the pressure that they applying to another individual, that's on them. You know, yeah, this was a black production, but shit was crazy.
Yeah, like why don't we ever just like be able to ride up to the sunset and like retire and have these.
Pretty much, he just want to do his own thing. We're gonna just cut that short. You want to do your own thing. You feel like you're not getting what you deserve. You don't want to take all the pressure. And I get it. I guess I get it. I'm not that. I don't think you should do it, but do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Do your thing. But yo, if you like the video, like and subscribe it. Stay tuned to more.